BART police officer Johannes Mehserle is in jail in Nevada this morning. He surrendered last night after learning there was an arrest warrant out for him in connection with the fatal New Year's Day shooting of Oscar Grant. Our Anna Duckworth is at the Fruitvale station in Oakland with what's next for Mehserle. Anna, good morning.
Good morning, Sydney. It was the Douglas County Sheriff's Department in Nevada that arrested Johannes Mehserle on homicide charges at 6:20 last night. The 27-year-old former BART police officer was taken into custody after surrendering peacefully in the Zephyr Cove area of South Lake Tahoe. Sheriff's deputies moved in after a fugitive arrest warrant for homicide was issued by an Alameda County Superior Court judge. Mehserle reportedly got a call from his lawyer about the warrant and met deputies outside of a home there at Zephyr Cove. He is now being held without bail on a precautionary suicide watch at the main jail in Minden, Nevada, pending an extradition hearing, which is expected sometime this morning. He is charged now with the murder of 22-year-old Oscar Grant of Hayward. Now, Grant, who leaves behind a 4-year-old daughter, was unarmed, laying face down here at BART's Fruitvale station early on New Year's Day when he was shot and killed after police broke up a fight that had started on a train. There were several passengers that caught the shooting on their cell phones, video recorders, and here's the reaction from the attorney for the family of Oscar Grant.
Well, I've spoken to the family. They obviously feel very strongly about it, and they're very delighted that the arrest is taken, albeit, they're happy that an arrest is taking place, but she also recognizes and states it doesn't bring back her son. She has lost a son that can never come back, criminal charges or not. And the mother of the child was delighted. She was happy. She was joyous. But at the same time, she felt and expressed regret about the loss of Oscar Grant and that her baby doesn't have his dad.
And the shootings grabbed national headlines. It also sparked a violent protest in Oakland last week. Organizers say another protest will go on as scheduled this afternoon on the steps of Oakland City Hall. Police said yesterday they expected about 1,000 people to turn out. As for Mehserle, he has never given a statement about what happened here that morning. He actually resigned last Wednesday, the same day he was to be interviewed by investigators. His girlfriend did give birth to the couple's first child the day after the shooting, and BART confirmed last week that Mehserle and his family had been receiving death threats. Sydney, that may be the reason why he was in Nevada. But again, the extradition hearing is expected this morning. It's a process that could take several days. BART's police chief says that the Alameda County District Attorney, Tom Orloff, is set to announce more details about the arrest later this morning, and that's where we expect to find out whether or not Mehserle will face murder or manslaughter charges.
All right, Anna, thank you very much. Anna Duckworth in Oakland. And as Anna mentioned, the arrest of Mehserle is apparently not going to stop a protest planned for this afternoon in Oakland. Protesters plan to gather for a rally at Oakland City Hall starting at 4 o'clock. Then they'll march along 14th Street to the courthouse near Lake Merritt. At 6 o'clock, they'll march back to City Hall. More than 1,000 people are expected, and if you have to be in that area this afternoon, you can expect street closures.
The time for the community to come together and express their anger, their frustration, not over just one incident of police brutality in our community, but over a very long history of police brutality in our community. There have been a series of senseless deaths in our community at the hands of those that are supposed to protect and serve.
Police are bracing for the possibility of more violent protests, but organizers are calling for a peaceful event. Oscar Grant's family is expected to speak during the protest. BART has canceled the agency's annual tribute to Martin Luther King Jr. Those festivities were supposed to happen today at noon at BART headquarters in Oakland.